So people have personalities. Okay, we know there are different types of personalities. So if you send me a gait video, a slow-mo video of how you walk, whoever you are, I can literally read your personality and predict your personality from the way you put one foot in front of the other. So this isn't psychosomatic. This is actually the biomechanical and the relationship, your biomechanics. So that's the way your bones and joints are aligned, your posture, yeah. The relationship that is happening with your autonomic nervous system. So you have a parasympathetic nervous system, that whole rest and digest thing sitting around your pelvis. You have a sympathetic nervous system in your spine, and kind of like the whole thing is meeting in your brain. Okay, and what we know is that the alignment, or this is where I want to do so much, I'd love to get my research evidenced, obviously, but so is it psychosomatic? I don't actually think it is. I think it is, well, it kind of is, but not from a people are making it up or making it happen. It is literally, they don't understand that they are stuck in these thought processes or these unconscious habits because of the relationship of the infrastructure and internal scaffolding of their body. Because we know we can take someone in 7 weeks, we can teach them to realign every bone and joint in their body, starting from the feet to the pelvis, to the spine, to the rib cage, to the shoulders, to the neck, to the skull. And in 7 weeks, they will be thinking differently. And they didn't try to think differently. We help them to realign the energy centers in their body. Energy centers not being some like spiritual quirky energy center, but being the very joints in their body which make energy, the hinges of their body. So
Yep.
yeah, does that?
I know some of this is true, right? Because they
Yeah,
use this in forensics. They use
yeah,
this to train intelligence
yeah,
officers.
yeah,
Look how people walk. You
yes,
can read a lot from what they're thinking. So I'm not saying that if we put I don't know, a suicide bomber in a 7-week gait program, they'll suddenly not want to do what they were doing. But some of it, like you can I know that there is a connection that has been to some extent proven between how you think and how you walk, I guess, to
for sure.
simplify it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean that's a whole other subject in terms of intention and brainwashing and collective consciousness and tribal stuff. That's a whole other conversation. I suppose I'm taking it more from if someone's ill and people are like, oh, it's all in their head or they're creating that. That's a very different thing than being driven by some kind of I don't even know what collective belief or collective
Yeah, ideology.
yeah, ideology. But even there, I mean, I'd love to do the research on that, on what their bodies are doing. That kind of thing is just fascinating. But generally, if you look at a very extreme person with an ideology, it will show up in their mechanics, the way they move. It will show up somewhere. You'll be able to sniff it.
Yeah. Or, I mean, some people will. You and some trained people will be able to at least. That is a really interesting. I mean, I know that, let's say, a totality of factors leads to someone becoming a criminal or an extremist of some sort. And I guess my point is, going through a program like yours or similar, if you get people to walk correctly, you get them to think more confidently and deal with their issues, whether mental or physical, then yes, you are reducing their likelihood of, call it then, reoffending or offending in the first place.
Yeah,